YouTube? Quinn Mark here, back with another video, and welcome back to Quinn Mark Explains episode 2.2. I know I was supposed to put this out last week, but due to personal reasons, I didn't put it out. But this week, I got you guys another short story that I have written down from the top of the dome. This one's called Hawaii Vacation. It's by yours truly. Stay tuned for episode 2.3, which will be on Sunday. It's about Leprechaun. I can't spoil too much, but stay tuned for that one as well. And then just one on Easter too as well, so stay tuned for that. If you haven't seen the first couple videos I put the playlist above here or in the description below. Without further ado, let's get into the Hawaii Vacation written by yours truly. In this story, before this vacation began to pop off, in San Diego, Miranda Saunders was sitting in her home planning what she wanted to do for her upcoming spring vacation plans. 10 days until the vacation began, and Miranda was stuck, still thinking on what to do. Everything seemed like it was not going nowhere until a random phone call occurred. The call came from a person promoting a brochure for an upcoming vacation in Hawaii. The promoter had said, "Hello, local resident. I have called you because you have won a trip to Hawaii. You and your friends will have ticket vouchers sent to your address in the next couple of days. May I ask who I'm talking to?" he asked. My name is Miranda Saunders. What is your name, sir?" she asked. "Mr. Ted Davis, miss. Really has been a pleasure talking to you. Is there any questions you may have before we move forward with the process?" Ted asked. "This is not a scam, is it? I don't have time to be scammed or played with. That is one thing I will never stand for. Like almost happened before, but under certain circumstances prevented it from ever occurring," she says. "There's no scam here, Miss Saunders. I assure you that this vacation right here is legitimate, and I will guarantee you will enjoy every moment," he says. "Where will me and my friends be staying on vacation in Hawaii?" she asked. "Me and your 4 friends will be staying in our finest hotel known around the whole area. This hotel right here is a 5-star rated hotel that everyone who comes here enjoys every moment. The hotel contains a lot of fanciest, exquisite things that you will see in your life, from luxurious chocolate fountain to the most beautiful sightseeing places that are very picture-worthy. The hotel not only will give you an amazing stay, but also the package comes with a tour of the hotel and the whole area of Hawaii, from various sightseeing areas that I guarantee you don't want to miss. And trust me when I say this, you will want to take a picture of the key highlights. Without rambling for so long, because I know you want to get on with your day. If you're interested in this vacation, could you provide me with the information required? The information I need is your email address for the confirmation code that I will send to you shortly after our phone call, your home address to be able to send the ticket vouchers, and also added this upon your arrival, you'll be entered into a raffle. And at the end of your vacation stay, the hostess will pull all you guys that have entered the raffle aside for a couple minutes in the hotel front ballroom and announce the first, second, and third place winners. Can't really spoil too much because the prizes are a must-see and are very exciting once you win them. With that being said, Ms. Saunders, are you interested in partaking in this vacation opportunity?" he asked. "Wow, what you said sounds very intriguing and heaven on earth. What do I have to lose?" "Shoot, Mr. Ted, sir, this promotion is actually what I needed, because it almost seemed certain that I wasn't going to have an amazing spring break, considering I didn't have any plans to begin with. Now that you have called me about this, my prayers have finally been answered. So with that being said, I will gladly agree to accept this vacation," she said, sounding excited. "Excellent, Ms. Saunders. Just provide me with all that information that we have discussed earlier. Once we finish this process, I will send the email and mail you the ticket vouchers for you and your friends or family," says Ted. After Miranda had agreed to the vacation, provided the information that was required, except all terms, she and Ted had finished their phone call. After that, Miranda had decided to call up some of her girlfriends to tell them about what just happened and the planned road trip of the day of the vacation. A few days after the phone conversation with Mr. Ted, Miranda's ticket vouchers had finally arrived in her mailbox. The excitement on Miranda's face had really said something. She was really happy that she was not getting played and fooled by a scam. That would fuel her anger, and that is one thing that she doesn't want to happen. She called up her girlfriends and wished she had called up a few days prior. Jordan, Elena, and Grace all packed for this day and were excited for this trip just as much as Miranda was. Considering this was their first time going to Hawaii, once the three girls showed up to Miranda's house, they had all packed the trunk of Miranda's car. Jordan said, "Miranda, we are super excited that you have got these vouchers with no price at all. Our Heavenly Father really blessed you and found a solution to all your personal problems as well as ours." With that being said, who's ready for this road trip, she asked. "We are," all the girls said happily. So after that, the girls all get in the van and head to the airport. Once their flight was up, they all got onto the plane and headed to Hawaii. After a few layovers and a few stops in certain cities, and hours later, they had arrived. Once they touched down in the Hawaii airport, they were awaited by a limo driver who held up a sign that had all their names on it. Once they had gone into the limo, it was a long way to the hotel. After an hour and a half of riding around town in the limo, they had finally arrived. They were greeted by the man whom Miranda had spoken to on the phone. "Hello, ladies. Welcome to the Tiki Hotel. The full-on extravagant experience awaits you," he said. "You must be Mr. Ted, the man who I spoke to on the phone a few days ago, right?" Miranda asked. "Correct, Ms. Saunders. This must be the friends who you want to tag along with you on this lovely trip," he said. "That's right. I wanted the girls and I to enjoy this lovely experience in all its glory. Once I told them about the experience you and I talked about on the phone, they immediately wanted to see what the chatter was about. We all immediately took the flight after we packed our stuff at home," Miranda said. "Heavenly. That is swell. Let's not lag any longer. Come, let's get you and your friends situated and into a room. Tomorrow we will gather all you guys for the tour. After the tour, you can feel free to enjoy our lovely beach down by the shore," Ted said, smiling. The girls followed Ted to the front desk, where they grabbed the room key and Ted escorted them to the room on the top floor. Here we are, ladies. The room, this experience will be the one you will never forget. The services we provide on that schedule is on the table. Room service is available with no additional cost. Repairs you don't need to worry about. If an incident occurs, please don't hesitate to tell us and we'll have it fixed up in a quick fashion. Well, girls, I would love to chit-chat longer with you gals, but I have some other guests to attend to. Don't be afraid to use our chef's phone number to bring you some of our finest food known to man. I'll see you guys in the morning for the tour," he says. "Well, girls, what do you think of so far of this hotel?" Miranda asked. "Not too bad thus far. That guy really seemed very courteous and very kind-hearted," says Jordan. "So I agree with you right there, Jordan. This place seems very wonderful and the view from the road looks so divine," says Elena. "Yeah, this place is truly a heaven on earth type vibe that I'm currently receiving through my soul. All this talk is making me hungry though. I say we call that chef that Ted mentioned to us and order something good," says Grace. "Splendid idea, Grace. The flight and road trip should give us all an appetite." Where shall we eat, girls? Miranda asked. Sushi, they all said. So the girls ordered their dinner from the chef. After they all had eaten, they decided to relax and watch some movies until it was time for them to head to sleep. The next morning, after a fun first night at the Tiki Hotel, the girls woken up and prepared for the tour. They had ordered a baked burgers that consisted of turkey bacon, pancakes, eggs, French toast, and a side of coffee. Once they had finished breakfast, they had all gotten ready, put out their reservation fits, and headed out to the door, to the front lobby where the tour guide was approaching the front door with a megaphone in hand. There was almost a room full of guests who also stayed in the Tiki Hotel, from various other spring breakers to people who were just out here enjoying themselves after a hard workload at their respective jobs and just needed some time off to get some relaxation. Fellow guests, welcome all to the Tiki tour around the whole place of Hawaii, city to city. There will be many beautiful destinations along the way, ones that you may want to capture with your smartphone camera. I'm your tour guide, Riley Jones, and the driver is my wife, Vanessa Garcia. Before we all hop on that bus parked just outside this front door, let's go over a few rules and regulations of the tour. Smoking is prohibited and not allowed while we are on the road. Smoking will only be allowed when rest for breaks at the designated area at the rest stops. Next rule, there will be no drink of any alcoholic substance. That means no game wasted on this bus. We don't want to be the ones cleaning up your vomit off the bus floor, and we sure as heck don't want anyone having alcohol poisoning and having to go to the hospital for a mistake that should have been cleared from the beginning. Next rule is there will be no loud headphone of any sort. That means when you play your music, please keep it to a minimum and not blast off our eardrums. We don't need to hear it while we are on this tour. Eating is allowed as long as you can keep your mess to a minimum and you are responsible for your own trash. Any non-compliance of these rules will result in a fine, and you will not be allowed to set foot in the establishment again. I'm sure we can all handle this like grown adults, so I'm sure we won't have to settle to any sorts of immaturity or have to kick anyone out just because they couldn't abide by the rules. We want everyone here to have a good time and have fun, most importantly. Is there any questions you may have before we begin? He asked. No one raised their hand. Good. Let's begin the tour. Everyone follow my wife. She will lead you guys all to the bus, and I will be trailing behind to make sure everyone stays in order. Let's go, he says. So everyone follows Riley's girlfriend to the bus and all get on it. Alright everyone, we're off, he says as the bus pulls off from the hotel bus lot. So the girls begin to sightsee every beautiful and historic place in Hawaii. Girls, this is a beautiful place. From the very first moment we had left the hotel bus lot, I knew this was going to be a wonderful adventure. Don't you guys agree? Miranda, feeling pleased, said, and happy. Totally, all three of them said together. This place is just super awesome. Ever since you and me and Elena stepped foot on here, it feels like I'm at home. From the most extravagant cuisine to the most wonderful places we ever laid our eyes on, says Grace. Hours of sightseeing and exploring various towns and cities and museums. Then arrived back at the hotel. That was super fun. Can't believe Sunday is the last day and that's when the voucher expires. At least we all entered the raffle that he talked about, and no matter who the winner is, of all of us, we're gonna fully support and simply congratulate them, says Miranda. Totally, all the girls say. After a week of having fun at the Tika Hotel, the Sunday where the ticket voucher had expired and their stay was set in. After eating breakfast, packing up their things, and preparing for the day and a flight later, they headed to the front ballroom where the guests were all sitting down in the ballroom chairs awaiting to announce the winners. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 62nd annual Tiki Hotel raffle. In case this is your first one, let me explain it to you. Basically, once you enter the hotel, you or if you have a family or friends with you, you enter the raffle, and the last day your voucher expires, this is where we hold the raffle. This room was held by so many winners. My father, who retired this last year, had run it back in the 1950s, and now he's passed that tradition on to me. Tonight's prizes are: first place gets $1,000 and another voucher to return back here for another time, plus the bundle package to come here for a whole year as well as a 65-inch television. Second place will receive $50,000 and another voucher for 6 months, and third place will receive $10,000 and a luggage bag. Now that we've settled and explained the rules, it's time to announce the winners. My wife Renee will kindly bring up the raffle spinner, and after a few spins, I will pull out a name and announce a name for you guys. Everyone ready? Ted asks. Yes, says all guests loudly and sadly. The first place winner is, drum roll, is Miranda Saunders. Come up to the stage, Miss Saunders, says Ted, as everyone cheers and claps for her. Thank you, Mr. Ted. This is really an honor to it being my first time here at the Tika Hotel and winning the raffle. I really appreciate the time and effort. I will definitely be back again, she said. Once again, give it up for Miss Saunders, ladies and gentlemen, he says, clapping and everyone clapping as well. After the raffle was over, the girls grabbed their bags from the room. After thanking Ted for the time they spent at the hotel, they went to the airport and went back home. The end. So you guys have it right there. Episode 2.2 of Quinn Mark Explains, Hawaii Vacation. Like the previous video, I will leave a link below so you guys can get a copy of this as well. And then stay tuned for episode 2.3 of Quinn Mark Explains, because it will be for that was supposed to be originally aired on St. Patrick's Day for that video as well. So yeah, thank y'all for watching this video. Make sure you smash the like button, subscribe if you're new, and hit that notification bell to be able to other videos. Once again, I'll leave a link to this, and I'll leave a link to the other videos if you guys haven't seen those already. See next time, you guys. Thank y'all so much for watching once again. It's been Quinn Mark. Peace.